Hi Kenyans. So there's a chaotic way that each new town and buildings look like. So inakaanga hivi. So uh, usually the barabara starts off like it's a, what do you call it, single lanes. There's a road for going one way and a road for going the other way, and then kuna ma structures zinakuja, zingine ziko karibu na barabara, zingine ziko mbali kidogo. There's still some room maybe for parking, lakini kuna kuanga tu vumbi vumbi hivi tu, yani again the people who suffer in all this wanakuanga pedestrians, wanatembea kwa mavumbi, kukikuwa na matope au ndio wanang'ang'ana hapo. Then hizo ma structures they look hivi hivyo. Hii iko inakaa hivi, imetengenezwa vizuri kidogo, hii imekaa hivi. I'm not saying that all should look standard, lakini yani especially watu wanakuanga designers, ukicheki tu hizo buildings vile zinakaanga ziko hivi hivi hivi. Alafu sasa let's say kuna ka space kameachwa mpaka barabara. Sasa hapo ndio tu stalls, yani any manner of stalls. Kuna hata hii place, yani market iko tu hapo kwa barabara, yani the space left for people walking along ni kidogo. Alafu kuna ile place where kuna hata drainage, labda drainage ilitengenezwa, lakini yani hiyo drainage tu it just looks like a hazard, someone can just fall there. Alafu ujue kujaekwa nini bus stop. You know what I usually wonder, unaona tu hii inakuja tu ikijengwa. Let me give you an example like Rongai, see it started tu hivyo hivyo, sahi si inakuanga tu na jam. And then now you start thinking about how you'll expand the road, which means you already allowed, you first didn't give space. You know, kuna kwanga na government, all these government people that are in charge of this planning, like Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning, like State Department of Housing and Urban Development, like Kenya Institute of Surveying and Mapping. Ama hiyo si ya, alafu kuna Kanjo. You know, Kanjo is in charge because Kanjo ndio iko. You know, when you say bottoms up, the Kanjo is the one with the people. Kanjo is the one responsible for the management of each and everything that happens around you. So wewe imagine, au ndio wana approve. All these things are approved, especially by city council. So let's say sasa ulikuwa unaona hii ndio town mpya inakuja, si ndio? And then see, already they are in place. I am assuming in my mind that you already have in place how the road will look like and how the roads for going inside are. Hakunanga nini catering for, you know, that you tarmac those areas. Zinakuanga tu zimeachwa tu hivyo, zinaenda tu zikiharibika as people are jengaing inside. Alafu kuna, you know, hii places like I hear Syokimau ina sewage system. It didn't come as a shock. Like you it was already, you could see that people are, you see that already the people are buying somewhere. So is it there set in place? You start making the water and sewage, you know, unaanza kupanga hizo vitu zote ama ni mimi, I don't know, you know. So it becomes chaotic, as in sasa structures tu zinatokea tu and then chaos after chaos. Alafu the funniest thing is Kanjo is always there. Kanjo is always on the ground. Utajua wase wanafanyanga mashops huko wanajuanga ule ni Kanjo. Story ya parking, you will never cease to see mtu wa Kanjo. Si wanakuanga tu hapo, they are always there and they are ready. So hizi vitu zinakuanga, people pay land rates to make sure that services are provided. Alafu to Ministry of Lands, people pay land rent to make sure, see hizo zote ni za management, and see these things are paid every year. So sawa ndio hizo vitu zimenini. So let's say like the other day I went to Kitengela. I've never been to Kitengela. Wow, you know, yani it was scary, as in the thought of crossing from one end to the other. Unajua gari tu zinapita, alafu there's no bus stop exactly. Watu mabuses you stop tu hapo kwa side unless ni ile barabara inaingia, so zina stop hapo, hiyo ndio stage. It hasn't been catered for bus stops. As usual, pedestrians are always given mabakshishi. We ngangana tu pale unangangana. As in all these places that you just see being set up. Alafu how people are allowed to jenga mpaka kwa barabara. You know, watch hata hizi new towns in all these places where where you reach the point of jengai mpaka kwa barabara hakuna space, alafu hakuna mamiti, hakuna nyasi. There's something about umeshaitembea, yani there's nothing, we often look like it's low class kutembea, with all these buildings, hizi roads tunatengeneza, we always put like pedestrians are third class, like kutembea ni kama kitu mbaya. But there's something healthy and mental about walking, but you're walking where you feel safe, you're away from the road, and kuna miti, kuna nyasi, labda umeenda kuchukua watoi shule, mnarudi, ama umeenda hapa kwa kakaduka, ama umeenda tu kwa beshte yako, or wherever church, alafu tu unarudi home, alafu transport works well, public transport, it's not chaotic, ni ile tu unapanda, unafika pale, unarudi, just those thoughts. Alafu isn't there already set in place, ama watu ustukia, as in schools, public schools, all these towns, easy public schools, are they provided for already, that they are there, and horses and playgrounds, yani chaos. We niambie hizi places zote, ile jamii inakuanga Kitengela, ile jamii inakuanga Ronga, and then it's most often just because of hakuna bus stop, alafu hii kitu tu ya kila kitu imekaa mpaka kwa barabara, and then hizi signboards, people have put signboards for advertising one thing, yani he signboard, anyone writes anything however they want to write it, alafu sijui how city council usually comes, alafu tu wanaeka this ugly X inaeka tu hapo. My goodness, as in we allow ourselves to get to this chaos. There's always order and proper planning, but because we like to bribe, I'm not saying everyone there has bribed, but because we like to bribe, and we don't set things into place, people jenga where it's supposed to be a road, all these things. And remember, all these people who've allowed all this continue to work in these offices. Leave alone the politicians. There are people who are in office that should be planning well, that should not be taking a bribe, that should work things, that should be trusted with the work, should be responsible, should be only working on behalf. And there are people like that. And those people who are there, who are doing for the good of Kenyans, are often frustrated, are often have become helpless, because wanaambia hapana chia huyu, so either they leave or they've resigned themselves. And that's how we are doing work all around, yani we are self-destructing. We have a beautiful country called Kenya, and we are in the process of self-destruction because we keep allowing people in office who do not work, but are all about bribing, are all about laziness and greediness. And those who actually want to work are so frustrated, they are so helpless. What do we do, Kenyans? Help. And then the people who are the conscience of the government and Kenya and the country, the church, are in that category. Hiyo tu category, because how many churches do you go to nowadays? All you're being told is God is there to make you rich, God is there to make, of course mnatumiwanga words zingine, but God is there to make you rich, God is there to make you wealthy, healthy and happy. Alafu, so you omba, and however you do that, there's no, hakuna ile unasikiza umefanya dhambi. We endelea tu, Mungu yuko hapo, atakuforgive tu, endelea tu vile uko. Lord help us. But there are those who genuinely want this country to go for good, and those are the people that we must pray, and we must seek, and we must do what we can in the capacity that we can to bring change to this country. Bye.